Hello, today I'm going to be reading an original short story called Jeff the Dragon Slayer. Please subscribe, it's my goal in life to hit 12 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, here we go. There once was a man named Jeff. One of the guys he was would sit around drinking mead in moderation. Well liked amongst the villagers, always willing to volunteer to help a person. Tall, strong, average in the face. Jeff can't be perfect after all. He had 3 moles that formed a triangle on his forehead. The village folk sometimes stared. Jeff didn't mind, always smiling and enjoyed the attention. He was aware of how others may have viewed him with an intrigue and welcomed it. The village was a nice place. Plenty of good folk, all meaning well, hard-working, day by day, looking after each other, stopping to have a chat from their daily lives, walking in the sun, a farming village that had cows, pigs, chickens, and sheep. Plenty of vegetables and beans, and fruit trees grow all around. House made of logs cut from the nearby woods. Roofs made of a sturdy hay that kept the house insulated. They had access to metal, and each house had a stove and a chimney to cook on and keep the house warm in the winter. Winter had just ended, and the flowers have yet to bloom. Spirits were high as the sun warmed everyone up. The sounds of the village included chatter, kids playing, blacksmiths hammering away, carpenters woodworking, dogs barking. At night, music was playing. String, wind, instruments, and drums filled the nighttime silence as the villagers kept their spirits high with song and dance. One unsuspecting day, as the folks were going about their daily lives, a rumbling was heard in the distance. The people dropped what they were doing and looked around in confusion. Nearby deer, who were feeding on the grass, scattered into the woods. An infant began crying. Women gathered the children and brought them into the houses. The men gathered in a panic. They knew the dragon had returned. Jeff, who knew this day would come, put on his armor and sword. He's been waiting for this day. Some men asked if they could come along with Jeff. Without having any combat experience and being humble farmers, Jeff would not allow it. They went to their houses and prepared to flee, if they had to. Jeff set out towards the sound on horseback, dashing into the woods, galloping along. The horse followed all of Jeff's commands, neighing with each kick of the heel. Jeff knew time was of the essence. The sound grew louder. In the distance, a giant shadowy figure lurked behind the trees. In an attempt to catch the dragon off guard, Jeff barreled on ahead. He drew closer. The dragon noticed, out of the corner of its eye, the fight was about to begin. The dragon screeches, slams its tail to the ground, holds its head up high, then swiftly turns to the approaching Jeff. With sword drawn high in the air, doing his loudest battle cry, the veins popping out of his neck, Jeff swings his sword and slices the dragon's wing in half, rendering it useless. Without the ability to fly, the dragon must fight, which was its first intent. Jeff charges in and is knocked off the horse by the swiping tail of the dragon. Jeff falls to the ground, tumbling, dirt fills the air. He staggers and gets up slowly onto his feet. He brushes off some dust and walks confidently towards the beast. The dragon, perplexed at the nonchalant Jeff, swipes his tail a second time. Jeff hurtles over it like a track star and slices the tail in 2. The dragon screams and the villagers are fearing the worst. Jeff goes to attack the leg and the dragon lifts it up and kicks Jeff back far away. Losing his sword, unarmed, Jeff knows not what to do. laying on the ground in a daze. He believes he's met his match. He barely can make it onto one knee, closes his eyes in defeat. The dragon approaches for the final blow. Suddenly, Jeff's forehead begins to glow. He opens his eyes in astonishment. The dragon freezes. The light gets brighter and brighter. It blinds the dragon. And Jeff feels more powerful than before. He stands up, charges at the dragon with all his might, leaps onto its head, and stares it straight in the eyes. Jeff, without knowing why, leans his head back and then thrusts it forward, headbutting the beast. The dragon's eyes grow wide and then slowly shut, falling to the ground. Jeff's head stops glowing. He touches his forehead. The 3 moles have vanished. He steps back and looks at the slain beast, making sure it has been slain. He waits a while to be sure and gather his strength. Jeff walks back to the village. The sun is setting. One villager notices him and sprints toward him. "Jeff!" she cries. Jeff falls to the ground out of exhaustion. The villagers surround him, and in his hand is a dragon's tooth. The villagers know they are safe again. That was Jeff the Dragon Slayer. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe. It's my goal to hit 12 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.